Have you ever considered going to Vietnam, or have you been to Vietnam? Vietnam is said to be one of the best places in the world for backpacking. Well, I've been to Vietnam, and it was one of the worst travel experiences that I've had in my life. Here is everything that went wrong in Vietnam. First of all, I just want to say I'm not complaining about the country itself. I just had a lot of bad things happening, and I was just very unlucky, which led to the worst trip of my life. Still a great experience to look back to. Anyway, stupid me didn't really look up which season it was in Vietnam when I was going, so apparently it was rainy season and cold. I expected sun and hot weather all the time. I know it's stupid. I know it's no one's fault except from me, but anyway, I just packed t-shirts and shorts, and I was gonna drive from the top of Vietnam all the way down to the bottom of Vietnam in 1 month. I expected to see the rice field, completely green and nice, you know, like you see in the pictures, but they were just grey and dark and dirt. They were not growing at that point, so that was, yeah, a bit of a bummer. I went to Ha Long Bay, and at this time social media was just blowing up with pictures from Ha Long Bay and this exact spot where you can take this picture, and I wanted to go there. It turns out you can't go there because it's closed. It was closed off because it was dangerous. I did pay a local lady to show me the way. She led me through her house, and suddenly we were on top of the roof, and she just pointed towards a big wired fence, gave me some gloves and said, climb, climb. I was like, I am not gonna climb that 2-meter high fence and then barbed wire on top. As I was trying to climb, I met some backpackers on the other side, and they were struggling to get back down to the other side. They're in shorts and flip-flops. I have no idea how they managed to get over the barbed wire fence. Anyway, I cancelled that, and that was also a bit of a bummer. I don't know why, but I met a lot of rude locals. I've heard that the locals in Vietnam are supposed to be very friendly, but the ones that I met were not. So many times when I was walking into a shop, I just wanted to ask, what's the price for a can of Coke or some soda or some candy? I'm not joking. A lot of them just grabbed the thing out of my hand, did this to me, and then just showed me the door. I was like, I just want to buy something to drink. What's this? Why do they do this? I wanted to support their business, you know? So that was also a bit of a bummer. And to top it all, I also got food poisoning. I always get food poisoning when I'm traveling. So this was not new to me, but I tried as long as I could to stay away from sketchy things, but didn't make it that far. I think it was already 1 week in, and I was just throwing up all the time. So I had to stop at every single gas station and just put a finger down my throat and try to get up the stuff, because I was not feeling good. So that was a bit of a bummer. I was told that the moped I rented had to change oil after a certain amount of kilometers. So when I went into a garage asking for them to change the oil, I'm not joking, the people were just fixing stuff, looking at me and looking down, completely ignoring me. And there were several garages doing this. I just wanted to change some oil. So the locals in the garages were also rude. And that was also a bit of a bummer. You might think we're done now, but no, we are not. 2 more things that really topped it all. At this point, I was getting pretty south in the country. I think I had 1 week left, and I wanted to wash some clothes at the hotel I was staying at, so I gave them my clothes. The next day I got my clothes back, and they were completely ruined. They were full of just bleach patches all over. Apparently they've been soaking the clothes in bleach, but they've been soaking them for way too long. I was just walking around in bleach clothes for the rest of the trip. A bit of a bummer. My last day in Vietnam, I just had the final stretch to drive, and guess what happened? I was so looking forward to leave the country at this point. But that was, of course, when I had my moped accident. It had to happen, didn't it? So I was driving on my side of the road, and there was this local lady driving on also on my side of the road, but the opposite direction. Front to front collision. My moped flew over hers and we were just rolling on the ground. The moped got completely smashed. The local lady was sent to hospital. Luckily, I was fine. The guy that I was driving with broke his knee, which of course led us to cancel the rest of the trip because he couldn't walk, and to be fair, my back hurt a lot. So yeah, that was an adventure and a great experience. A lot of bad things happening one after the other, which just led to the worst travel experience of my life. I am tempted to give Vietnam another chance, but at the same time, I'm just I'm not sure if I want to. You know, there's so many other great countries out there that I should experience before I go back to Vietnam, I think. So I hear a lot of nice things about Vietnam, but I'm not sure if that's my country. Let me know if you've had any bad travel experience. I bet they can't be as bad as mine.